Hey YouTubers, it's Cyberdyne24 here, and we are rebuilding a Zama carburetor that goes onto Echo SRS or SRM-2100 trimmer. And as you can see right here, I've already taken it completely apart. I have the old gaskets, the old diaphragms, and also felt gaskets for reference. Now, in preparation for this, I've actually already soaked the as you can see, soaked the carburetor itself in carbureting cleaning solution, stuff like that. That's just in case if there's any kind of built up or gas or anything like that, old gas, it's pretty much going to get cleaned out. And of course, we have the top right here where the primer bulb is attached. And once you get it out of the cleaning fluid, a really good tool to have in this particular situation is you get a little paper clip like this, and you sort of stick it into these little holes, and you sort of just see if you can clean any kind of crap out. And it's always good to have some air with you. For me, I got a little air compressor, so As we see right here, I pretty much gave it a good cleaned out. Took the high and low screws out, scraped that out, sprayed it out, blew it out. So I think now would be a good time to sort of get started with actually putting the new pieces to the carb together. Now we're first going to start with let's see if we can get a little bit more air in here. And Now, when you get your carb rebuild kit, you're gonna have quite a bit of these little itty bitty pieces right here. These little pieces right here. Let's see. You got this little foil disc, which is gonna be replaced. Because the old one's all kind of corroded a little bit, so we'll just try to see if we can get this thing in here without any problems. Okay, whenever stuff goes onto the floor, just remember to pick it up. See if you can get it back in here nice and sound without any problems. God dang it. Well, we'll just use the old one, because since I already got that all cleaned out. Actually, let's hit it with a little bit of cleaner. Get the air tool out. See if we can just, spray it up a little bit. Okay, we got the we have the filter in. Okay. Let's see. Taking a look at that, looks like we're going to use these two pieces right here. Now, one thing we want to do is we want to make sure we match this up correctly. So it's going to be something along the lines of that. We'll put the base gasket down here. Then we'll take the new kind of sort of felt, place it right here. And then take this little screwdriver and then we'll just loosen this up a little bit. And hopefully this time around I've actually learned my lessons from trying to rebuild the first carb so that I can do the second one right. Okay, it's on. Okay. Now since we got that gasket on without any problems whatsoever, we then fish through my little finder here of all my parts, and we have the little gasket that goes here for the primer bulb. Now, here goes the primer. And the primer is actually in pretty good shape because I've actually ripped that off of another grass trimmer, so I don't need a new primer bulb for that. Got all that set up. Then we just drop in our two Phillips head screws here. And then just get the little screwdriver in there, tighten it up. Now, one thing, you don't need to have this thing overly tightened, just so that everything sits correctly. Fantastic. We have one side of it completely done. Now we're going to flip ourselves onto the other side. Now this other side is going to be a little bit more difficult because we're going to be dealing with a little bit more difficult parts to put in. As you can see, we'll be putting in a brand new needle, which gets dropped into here. As from previous experience, I know that the needle is a royal pain in the butt to put in. Mainly for the fact that, you know, you have the spring that's in here, and you have to make sure that too much to explain. you have to get the needle right. Then you also got to make sure that the little spring that you have is compressed correctly, which is kind of like the cumbersome part of this, which is probably should have been the first thing I should have been the first thing I should have replaced. I should have fixed was this side before working on the other side. But as you can see, I'm just installing it right here. Yeah, this is the thing that just takes a great deal of time to work on. Wow, surprisingly, actually, that actually went on pretty well. Usually, that's the hard part. At least with previous experience with the water barrel rebuild. Wow, I am completely beside myself. I can't believe that thing took not that long to do. Okay. Next piece is going to be two-parter, which is going to be this diaphragm and also this other kind of felt gasket. And it's going to go in like this. Okay. Then we're going to dig around for the next piece, which is this piece right here, which says Zama on it. If I can get it into focus right. We'll just clean this up. And this will hook on like so. And then all we do is we go through my little bag of stuff, and we just find the little screws that go into here. And then once you're done with that, get your little screwdriver, which is always handy. Okay, that fit on nice, and then we just stick the other screw in, tighten it down here, there we go. We pretty much have ourselves right now a brand new rebuilt carburetor. Diaphragms are brand new diaphragms, brand new needle, and plus also this thing has been severely cleaned out. So hopefully that's the only problem. And these are the two old diaphragms. So hopefully that's just the problem. But always for good measure is to take all your parts from your